2021, Marine Band San Diego has thrilled countless millions throughout the world with its inspiring renditions of traditional and contemporary music. Each member of the band has completed recruit training and maintains combat skills, giving true meaning to the title Marine Musicians. Marine Band San Diego is under the leadership of Chief One Officer 2, Randall Metziger, Band Officer, and Master Sergeant Frederick Kern, Bandmaster. Today, the band is led on the march by the drum major, Staff Sergeant Adam Chandler, and is under the direction of the enlisted conductor, Staff Sergeant Nathan Casey.
Sí, that's the thing that the people taking videos or something.
Just being cursed.
Okay. Pause it. Alright. Yeah, I guess there is a pause thing on there, huh? My phone won't let you do that.
That's why I paid $700 for my phone.
Mine is like...
Marine Band San Diego, Marine Corps Recruit Depot, San Diego, California. Seized Old Town during the Mexican-American War in 1846. Marines have been stationed at the Recruit Depot since 1921, when most of the buildings to your front were constructed. These buildings, known as the Arcade, were designed by world-famous architect Bertram Goodhue. The Arcade is among 25 buildings that have qualified for inclusion on the National Register of Historic Places and are outstanding examples of Spanish colonial revival architecture. Since 1923, more than 1 million Marines have completed their recruit training here at Marine Corps Recruit Depot, Coast, San Diego, and since 1950 at Marine Corps Group Depot, Paris Island in South Carolina. Regardless of where a Marine attended boot camp, you can rest assured that they receive the toughest, most physically and mentally demanding recruit training offered anywhere in the world. Some individual techniques and methods may have evolved over the years, but the focus and adherence to our core values of honor, courage, and commitment are as strong today as any time in our history. Today, the Marines of Company H accept the responsibility to safeguard this proud tradition as they step forward to join this rich heritage. Ahead of them lie bright futures that will no doubt add to the proud Marine legacy that they now rightfully claim as their own. Private First Class Bruno is a 1-year-old full-blooded English bulldog born in Fallbrook, California on October 22nd, 2022. He is named after Major General Bruno Oakland, who at the time of his death was the first general officer killed during the Vietnam War. Major General Oakland was also the commanding general of the depot from November of 1963 to February of 1967. General Oakland was awarded the Distinguished Service Medal, the Legion of Merit with Combat B for Valor, the Navy Commendation Medal with Gold Star in lieu of Third Award, and the Purple Heart with Gold Star. Thus, Bruno continues the tradition of a long line of Marine Corps Bulldog mascots dating back to 1921, when Brigadier General Samantha Butler appointed Sergeant Major Jiggs as the first Bulldog mascot of the Marine Corps platoon high shooting average of 205 out of 250 for platoon 2,169. Corporal Joseph Devitt. Recruit training is comprised of subjects required to produce basic Marines who function effectively in garrison, are trained in rudimentary individual field and combat skills, and practice the personal and professional traits which distinguishes them as Marines. Example of these traits are discipline, the achievement of self-control and self-awareness which assures respect for authority, instant and willing obedience to orders, and the self-reliance to maintain or improve those traits which exemplify a Marine. Military bearing, consistently demonstrating military presence and personal awareness, as well as the proper wearing and maintenance of uniforms. Esprit de corps, acquiring the common spirit of the Marine Corps that inspires enthusiasm, devotion, pride, initiative, teamwork, aggressiveness, determination, moral courage, integrity, camaraderie, and the burning desire to work with and for others towards excellence in common goals. For 247 years, Marines have fought and won whenever and wherever the nation calls. In the freedom, anytime and anywhere. To stand ready to aid those devastated by natural disasters. To pay tribute to those who have forged our proud legacy. And to honor the families and loved ones who faithfully stand beside us. For the Marines of Company H, today marks the end of the 13-week recruit training cycle. They have marched countless miles at Camp Pendleton, as well as on this parade as a Marines as basic weaponry. In addition, due to an intensive physical training program, their strength and endurance have doubled since their arrival aboard the recruit depot. They are Marines, qualified to take their places in the ranks of the world's finest fighting organization. platoons are now being aligned from left to right in order to get them into their exact positions for the parade. The next portion of the ceremony will be our national anthem. We welcome veterans and members of the armed forces to join us in rendering appropriate honors with a military salute. For guests who have not served in the military, it is proper etiquette during the national anthem to place their right hands over their hearts, and for those in the audience wearing headgear to remove it. Will the guests please rise for the presentation of the colors? Ladies and gentlemen, our national anthem. Thank you. Please be seated. The parade adjutant now presents the assembled command to the commander of troops. At the command, officers center march. All unit commanders and guidon bearers march to the front and center of the formation. Historically, it was at this point that commanding officers would issue orders and instructions to the unit commanders. Following this, the unit leaders would face about, return to their units, and pass the information along to their Marines. our nation's history, millions of men and women have earned the title United States Marine. Many who have helped shape our history join us here today. In keeping with the tradition of once a Marine, always a Marine, we would like to recognize them. At this time, those in the audience who have served as Marines, please rise. Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause. Thank you. Please be seated. Ladies and gentlemen, the battalion commander for 2nd Recruit Training Battalion, Lieutenant Colonel James R. Smith.
Well, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of Brigadier General James A. Ryans, the Commanding General of the Marine Corps Recruit Depot San Diego and the Western Recruiting Region, as well as on behalf of Colonel Peter M. Rumler, the Commanding Officer of the Recruit Training Regiment, welcome to the graduation of Company H. To start, I'd like to recognize today's parade reviewing official, Rear Admiral Rosen, whose impressive biography you will hear shortly, and who presently serves as the Commander of Navy Region Southwest. Sir, it's an honor to have you. Thank you for being here. It's my distinct pleasure to speak to you this morning for just a few minutes to express both the pride and the gratitude which I feel for this formation behind me, and that begins with you, the friends and families of these new Marines. Thank you for your love and support on their journey to this momentous day. Thank you for trusting us with your loved one, and thank you for your continued support in their new vocation. From all of us, welcome to the Marine Corps family. Speaking of families, seniors to the right of the reviewing stand are the families of the Company H staff. And no one knows more than you the time and dedication that it takes to transform a civilian into a United States Marine. Sergeant Major and I are incredibly grateful for your sacrifice and your support, which enables these drill instructors and officers to perform this critical task. Ladies and gentlemen, would you join me in a round of applause for the families of Hotel Hell? Making Marines is truly a team effort, and at the forefront of that effort are Marine recruiters stationed across this great country. These men and women work tirelessly to identify, educate, and inspire the next generation of Marines. This legion of recruiters are represented today by Staff Sergeant Marquez from Recruiting Substation Temecula, California, who is responsible for guiding the company honor graduate, Private First Class Marine Williams, into our Corps. And for any of you 17 to 28-year-olds out here inspired by what you see, my honor recruiter has assured me he'll be available to speak to you immediately following graduation. Our other partner in the endeavor to make Marines are the instructors at Weapons Field Training Battalion, who teach the critical combat skills necessary to fight and win in any climate and place. They are represented today by Corporal Aceves Hernandez, one of our top performing marksmanship instructors for the rifle range. Ladies and gentlemen, would you join me in a round of applause for our recruiters and our combat instructors? Well done, Marines. The last group I'd like to recognize certainly needs no introduction, for everyone knows the distinct campaign cover of a legendary Marine Corps drill instructor. And from the moment a recruit arrives on the depot, there is a drill instructor with them, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, tirelessly instilling the qualities and esprit de corps of a United States Marine and leaving an indelible mark on those they lead. Trust me, your Marine will never forget the name, the face, or the sweet, tender, gentle, loving voice of their drill instructor. Would you join me for one last final round of applause for the Marines who make Marines? Now these Marines behind me are on average 19-year-old high school graduates, and 5 have college degrees. They come to us from every state and territory in the Western Recruiting Region and 16 countries around the world, having immigrated from such places as China, Mexico, and South Africa. And when they raised their right hand and swore an oath to support and defend the constitutions of the United States, they differentiated themselves from 99% of their peers. Upon arrival here, these drill instructors forged them in the fires of martial discipline, shaping their minds and bodies in the mold of generations of Marines who have worn our cloth. These new Marines proved themselves worthy and capable of carrying heavy loads, long distances, rugged, mountainous terrain to be where they're needed, when they're needed, to accomplish any mission. Now you may notice some change in their new Marine. They stand a little taller, look a little leaner, sport an outstanding Marine Corps haircut. And moms and dads, I guarantee they know how to make their bed. But the truly important change, the one which has taken place within, where they have been immersed in our core values of honor, courage, and commitment. And by virtue of standing here today, they've embraced them as their own. And it is because of this, because of the journey they've undergone, and because of the moral, mental, and physical development that they have displayed, that I am pleased to present 497 young men who can forever proudly claim the title of United States Marine. I would like to address the newest members of our Corps. Good morning, Marines. Sergeant Major and I are incredibly proud of you. We've watched you learn, strive, and grow these past months, and we are pleased to welcome you to our ranks. You can be justifiably proud of what you've accomplished here. You earned your tan belt in our martial arts training. Some of you learned to swim in water survival training, and many overcame a fear of heights in our confidence and obstacle course. You learned weapons employment to deliver precision fires on targets from a staggering distance of 500 yards, and in a final test, you completed the grueling crucible, where you were required to demonstrate exemplary character, physical and mental toughness, the ability to decide, act, communicate, leadership, and a warfighter spirit. And every Marine, past and present, expects you to display those same attributes in your future trials. So having completed the most rigorous recruit training on this globe, you are ready to carry on our tradition as America's Naval Expeditionary Force in readiness. As you go forward on the next leg of your journey, I implore you to be safe, be smart, and make good decisions. Remember, that Eagle Globe and Anchor pressed into the palm of your hand atop the Reaper represents 247 years of Marines who have come before you. You must always be worthy of that legacy and protect what you have earned. And so on behalf of the Marines, sailors, and civilians here aboard the Marine Corps Recruit Depot, let me offer you a traditional naval parting of fair winds and following seas. Congratulations, Marines. Semper Fidelis, and welcome to the Corps.
Now taking their position in the reviewing area is today's parade reviewing official, Rear Admiral Brad Rosen, Commander, Navy Region Southwest. He is accompanied by Brigadier General James E. Ryans II, Commanding General, Marine Corps Recruit Depot, San Diego at the Western Recruiting Region. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for honors to Rear Admiral Brad Rosen.
Oh my gosh.
Thank you. Please be seated. A native of Randolph, New Jersey, Rear Admiral Brad Rosen is a 1995 graduate of the United States Naval Academy, where he earned a Bachelor of Science in Political Science with honors. Upon graduation, he was designated as a Naval Flight Officer. Rear Admiral Brad Rosen has served in a variety of challenging billets in numerous commands, to include Strategic Planner and Special Assistant to the Deputy Chief of Naval Operations for Information, Plans, and Strategy. Secretary of Defense Corporate Fellow, assigned to Cisco Systems in San Jose, California. Commanding Officer of Naval Station Norfolk. And Chief of Staff for Navy Region Mid-Atlantic and Navy Installations Command. Rear Admiral Rosen is currently serving as the Commander of Navy Region Southwest. His personal decorations include the Defense Superior Service Medal, the Legion of Merit, the Defense Meritorious Service Medal, A passenger view is a tradition within all military units, allowing the unit commander to formally inspect the unit under their charge. More than a million Marines have been trained here in the past 100 years and have departed San Diego for combat in conflicts around the world, including places whose names are immediately associated with Marine courage and dedication. Names such as Guadalcanal, Tarawa, Iwo Jima, Busan, Incheon, Chosin Reservoir, Khe Sanh, Bay City, Lebanon, Grenada, Panama, Kuwait, Somalia, Malaysia, Ramadi, Marshall, Sangam, and our most current operations worldwide. This marine is rich in history, tradition, and marine science and sounds. Marine Band San Diego, Marine Corps Recruit Depot, San Diego, California.
Just didn't see that one. The third row. Right there.
Series 2161. Series Commander Captain Javier A. Baca.
Second to last, or second to
And
the
Honor
last row.
Platoon 2161. Senior Drill Instructor Staff Sergeant John P. Parad. Platoon 2162, Senior Drill Instructor, Staff Sergeant Thomas W. Lucia. Platoon 2163, Senior Drill Instructor, Gunnery Sergeant Kyle R. Wilton. Regimental Color Guard is led on the march by the Regimental Color Sergeant, Drill Instructor Sergeant Rodolfo Navarrete. Series 2165, Series Commander Captain Colby L. Wigman. Platoon 2165, Senior Drill Instructor Staff Sergeant Adion L. Snow Jackson. Platoon 2166, Senior Drill Instructor Sergeant Matthew L. Lundell. Thank you. Please be seated. The Marine Corps' uniqueness and strength as an elite fighting force is directly attributable to the magnificent efforts of the drill instructors and company officers who train and supervise the recruits. The distinct qualities of spirit and discipline, the heart and soul of every Marine have been developed, nurtured, and ingrained in recruits through their service and relationship with their drill instructors and officers. Recruit training is the very foundation of the Corps. Each year, recruit training provides thousands of America's finest young men and women with the basic knowledge and skills to function in a profession characterized by its own set of high values and tough standards. The most important thing we do in the Marine Corps is make Marines. The individual Marine is the Corps. That is what we do here. For the Marines graduating today, the long, arduous journey of the last 13 weeks is but a small step into the future of the Marine Corps. As they prepare to fill the ranks of our Corps, they do so with unquestionable support for the high ideals and standards of the United States of America and the United States Marine Corps. Although Company H prepares for their final dismissal from boot camp, their initial training is not over. Soon after graduation, they will report to the School of Infantry. The company commander is Captain Daniel R. Medina. The company first sergeant is First Sergeant Kenyatta E. Coe. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in a round of applause for the company staff of Company H. The next portion of the ceremony will be the traditional function of retiring the guidons. The guidons have been carried by platoons throughout recruit training and are being retired to symbolize the disbanding of platoons. All similar units in the Marine Corps carry such guidons, which identify the unit or a source of pride to each individual member.
Don't let it touch the
Note
ground.
that the honor of
Huh?
carrying these
Never touches
guidons
the
is
ground.
bestowed upon those Marines
yeah.
who displayed outstanding leadership qualities, motivation, and character, and were selected as the platoon honor graduates. The platoon honor graduates compete for the titles of series and company honor graduate. They are considered the top Marines graduating today and have demonstrated the highest potential for future leadership and responsibility in the Marine Corps. The guidons will now be returned to the drill instructors. The honor graduates will now be presented a plaque by the battalion commander, Lieutenant Colonel James R. Smith, and the battalion sergeant major, First Sergeant Amina T. Sarake. Ladies and gentlemen, please hold your applause until all honor graduates have been recognized. The honor graduate for platoon 2161 is Private First Class Levi M. Moore from Andover, Minnesota. The honor graduate for platoon 2162 is Private First Class Mark R. Duenas from Wonder Lake, Illinois. The honor graduate for platoon 2163 and the series honor graduate is Private First Class Miguel A. Juarez from Amarillo, Texas. The honor graduate for platoon 2165 is Private First Class Jackson D. Watkins from Mesa, Arizona. The honor graduate for platoon 2166 is Private First Class Robert J. Villalobos from Chandler, Arizona. And the honor graduate for platoon 2167 and the company honor graduate is Private First Class Tanner D. Marin Williams from Beaumont, California. Private First Class Marin Williams is also the recipient of the Chesty Puller Award for his outstanding meritorious performance while in recruit training. Ladies and gentlemen, the honor graduates of Company H.